it's Firebird Friday here at the Vinyl Village Garage, working on the Great Pumpkin, and as you can tell, not really a whole lot has changed last time you guys saw this because my free time was spent last weekend at FirebirdFest. Ooh, had a great time out there in St. Louis. Got a couple pictures, show what was going on. Go around the track at an amazing 15 miles per hour. We got rained out, limited our speed, but I can actually speed the video up here, and it looks really cool. But that's not what really happened, but that could have been, but the speed limited because of the rain. But definitely going to go back next year. Had a great time, met a handful of you out there while I was there. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi to us here at the Vinyl Village Garage. And the missus, we had like Brian, Grant, Steve, Bill, and it's just to name a few. I can't remember who I talked to, and I'm sorry if I missed your name, but again, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. It made my journey even that much more exciting to go out there and visit. And I plan to go again next year. And even the Trans-Colorado on the Illinois roads took a beating, but we actually turned over, look at this, 10,000 miles on the clock on that thing in about 4.5 years of being back on the road. So that car is getting used and abused and having a great time doing it. It even got used for a special photo shoot here with John Chanella. They were trying to reenact a picture they did in the 80s. So my car got picked for the very front row because they needed a 69 Trans Am. So that was kind of a wonderful privilege. Here's a picture of the 83 version, the picture they did. And our buddy Brian Minson did a really cool one too. Took his own photo and kind of doctored up. But rambled on enough. I'm going to get you kind of up to what we've done here so far. Not really a whole heck of a lot, as you can tell. Just did a bunch of block standing. So really haven't had a lot of free time. But I wanted to get you something as an update. What I've been up to, what's happening with this car here, and I'll show you where we're at and almost ready to take this thing back apart and ready for paint. Okay, now the passenger side really haven't got a whole lot of block sanding done. Didn't make a whole huge pile of dust here on the floor, but the hood is coming out fantastically. Now the paint's a little thin in these areas, but I haven't burned through this primer. It hasn't turned gray yet, so I'm going to be okay. So don't need to add any more of the cool primer. Driver's side, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I can get it to come in or not in the picture, but if you shoot this thing down straight, it is super clean down the side, really smooth. This is all finished with 320 sandpaper, so all the blocking is coming out really nice. You can't see any of the weird spots or anything in the paint. So this is coming out great. The whole driver's side is done. Tail panel is done. Of course, check out all this dust on the floor. This stuff just, it sands good, but man, I tell you, it's kind of interesting how much actually comes back off. Quarter panel, same thing, not burning through anywhere, no real spots where it's actually turned gray or bare metal. Got really close here, but not too bad. Trunk deck came out really great. I didn't get carried away about the area. It's going to be under the spoiler. Didn't think I needed to go that far, so we got some gray primer poking through. Then in the roof, now you guys probably some of you have mentioned the fact that it's still just primer gray. Now this is an epoxy primer. It's some pretty durable stuff, but I still plan on painting it the autumn bronze and a couple coats of clear for added corrosion protection. But there's no reason to body work it and make it perfectly flat because the vinyl top is going to hide a lot of those areas that don't need all that work on the roof. So basically from these points up and the whole roof, just going to go ahead and just sand that with 320, maybe stop at 400, and then we're going to base clear that. So that's kind of up to speed of what we're gotten so far on this side of the car. So basically we're down to sanding this quarter panel, that door, and that fender. Again, I got everything down to about 320. It sands out really nice. Now I had someone make a comment, this paint or primer is old technology and there's better stuff out there, but guess what? This car is 1968. It's old technology. Should I just throw it away too? No, I still think this stuff works really good. I like how it sands. I like how it covers. As being a polyester primer, I'm sure there's other companies that make it, but so far I really like this stuff. I think I'm going to continue to use it in the future. So basically I'm going to get this blocked out here the next day or three, and then we'll hit the whole car. As I said, it's at 320. We're going to go 400 on the whole thing, still using the block. And when I go to 600, I'll probably change over to the smaller stiff block and just go ahead and hit the whole car with 600. And the other thing is never leave your tape roll like this on your paint. It can actually collect enough of the adhesive into the paint. When you paint the car, it'll actually have some circles in it. So another little tips there for you. But nonetheless, I pulled all the masking off it because it was just getting so full of dirt and dust. But I'll keep sanding away on the car. Then hopefully when I get you back out here, we'll be taking this car back apart and doing all the edging and all the panels. Then reassemble. So like I said, not really a whole lot exciting happening here on this particular car because I was hanging out there with you guys at Firebird Fest, and I plan to do that one again next year. And I'm hoping absolutely no rain, we'll get to go around the racetrack a whole lot faster. But hopefully, I'd like to see more of you guys out there and bring your cars. Mr. Minson from Arizona, he made the trip all the way in his G6 because his poor old Firebird engine started making some funny noises before he left. And Louis had a family situation, so he couldn't make it. But next year, I'm going to see if we get both those guys to go. We're going to try to do something a little special, maybe for you viewers. If you guys meet us out there, maybe some kind of a special made-up T-shirt for all of you guys who support our channels. And we'll make sure you let us know you're heading that way, and we'll see about getting those made up and ready for you. But I haven't worked out all the details because we're talking about this was just last week. But me, Brian, and Louie are going to work on something else together here. And if you guys do make an appearance, we'll have something special to give to you just the same. Hey, so there you have it. I want to continue blocking the bird to get it ready for the paint job. Again, you guys have seen how to block this thing out. The only thing to keep in mind, we're going to be painting this a metallic paint. The Autumn Bronze has a metallic flake in it. Now, metallic, little thing I'm going to share with you right now, matters on air pressure, temperature, angle, distance you're holding the paint gun. There's a lot of things that the metallic paint will change color. It's the same can, basically same mix, but there's some things that could affect how it appears on the car. So in particular, even the angle of the panel, it may cause the metallic to lay differently and cause a visual effect that it may look like it's a different color. So I'm going to try to get everything all edged in, but I don't like tape lines. That's one of the things we're going to get into, how we're going to strategically do this car to not have any tape lines or blend lines, but still paint it together. That's going to be the trick. So I want to try to get as clean a paint job in a two-car garage. So there's some things that I wanted to show you, because if it was a solid color, it wouldn't be as critical. It wouldn't have to worry about it as much. But metallics, I'll tell you, if you want it to look like it's seamless to paint it all at one time, there's a few things you want to do, and that's what I'm going to show you. So nonetheless, I'm going to finish polishing up the paint, get it ready to be taken apart, and I'm going to grab the camera then and start showing you these steps to hope that it helps you out in the progress of you attempting to do this stuff at home, just like we're doing it here. So nonetheless, rambled on enough. I need to get this car sanded so we can get on to the next part of the video here. So appreciate you following me on the journey. Grab the camera and hope to see you guys then.